everyone, this is Akhilesh Kumar Bind, PGT English, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Tengavalli. I hope you all will be fine. Dear friends, today we are going to deal with our new poem. The name of poem is Rain on the Roof by Kurt Skine. This poem is from our Beehive book. It's clear? Rain on the Roof. Before going to deal with this poem, Rain on the Roof, a brief description of the author. This is the image of the author Kurt Skine. Kurt Skine, his lifespan was from November 24, 1826 to January 25, 1904. He was an American lawyer, politician, journalist, and poet. Before starting the poem, we have introduction of the poem which will help you dealing with the poem. It's clear? So listen carefully. Whenever we listen the patter of raindrops on the roof or at some other places, that time we feel so many things. Now imagine during a rainy season, when there is rain, that time what we feel. People enjoy too much, and that rain stirs pleasant memories which is related with us. It's clear? The same condition is with the poet also. When he was in his bedroom lying, and that time there was rain outside, the poet was there and he was listening the patter sound of raindrops. It's clear? From the title of the poem, Rain on the Roof, we can make out that the poem is about the rain. The poet is telling us about the memories he has of the rain. The memories which we have also. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house brings back sweet memories of the past. This happens with us. Is clear? This is the introduction of the poem. Now let's begin our poem Rain on the Roof. Dear friends, this is the image during rain. The poet was lying on bed. Now that time what he was feeling. Listen carefully. Stanza first. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. It's clear? This image will tell you. Now see here, raindrops are falling. The poet is sleeping or lying on the bed. Now see the pillow under his head. Dear friends, the poet says, when the humid shadows hover, humid, you know very well what is humid here, something which is full of moisture, we know, and shadows hover. What is a shadows hover here? Hover means moving something. Now you can see the meaning here, move around something. Shadows hover. So what is hovering? Now that these shadows hover refers clouds. The poet says when the moisture clouds move around here and there, where over all the starry spheres, spheres that refers sky which is full of stars, that covers clouds, when moisture clouds cover all the sky, then and the melancholy darkness. Before clouds we see the sky is clear, so that indicates happiness, full of joy like that. And when it covers around, that is darkness, and that darkness refers sadness. Now here see the meaning, sad. And the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. That cloud slowly, that cloud weeps in rainy tears. The meaning is here, when dark clouds, when black clouds cover the sky and slowly it begins rain. It's clear? Then what a bliss. Now imagine, now the rain has started. That time what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed. The poet says, what a happiness, what a joyous moment. That time when there is rain outside, that time what a happiness outside, and what is a pleasant thing to be in the bedroom and listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. That is a very pleasant moment when we lie on the bed and listen the patter sound of rain overhead. It's clear? Now this is here in first stanza. The poet says, he gives the scene and imagery that when the rain has started, that time what we people feel and enjoy that time. Okay, it's clear. Now these are what meanings. It's clear. Now this is the second stanza of the poem. Listen carefully. Every tinkle on singles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into receiving start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. It's clear? Now you can see the meaning of word. Tinkle, that refers light raining sound, light ringing sound, short light ringing sound. On the singles, that is wooden tiles used on roof. Okay, so singles is wooden tiles used on roofs. And echo, repeated sound, you know very well. Woof, that is the thread woven across the loom. What is loom here? Apparatus which is used for fabric. Okay, where we use something. It's clear. There is a apparatus where we make something with the help of yarn. Okay, now see this image. It's clear. This image, you can see dreamy fancies. When we are in dream, we see so many things. Okay, fancy, that relates imagination also. Okay, but there is a difference between fancy and imagination. Imagination and fancy in fancies we see so many things, so beautiful things. Okay, sometimes beyond reality also. The poet says, every tinkle on the singles, every drop, every drop of rain which creates short ringing sound on the shingles. When the meaning is here, when the raindrops fall on the roof, that that creates, that stirs echo in the heart. When we listen the patter sound of raindrops, when we listen the sound of raindrops, that time we imagine so many things. In our heart, we think too many things that relates memories. It's clear? So what echo in the heart? That memories. And then, and a thousand dreamy fancies. That time what we do? Now imagine during a rainy season, suppose there is rain outside, that time we are in the bed alone, and that time we are we have closed our eyes and just we are listening the sound of raindrops, and that time we imagine so many things. That's why the poet says a thousand dreamy fancies into being start, and that time we begin to start to dream so many things, and a thousand recollections. What is recollections here? That is our past memories, what we have done earlier, what happened with us earlier, where were we earlier, like that. So many things. We think about people, we think about friends, we think about our visited places, so many things. Okay, then we remember those things, weave their air thread into oof. Okay, now you can see the meaning of oof here. Okay, so thread woven across the loom. So as bee people are the people who make something, painting or a sculpture, a sculpture are so many things. That time they make with yarn. Okay, and now see this. uh, like that we think about so many things, our memories are like that. As I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Okay, now as for example, now this image will help you. Now this word oof. Okay, now see, suppose this has been made by with the help of yarn, thread. Okay, so now see how beautifully it has been made. In the same manner, our memories are one by one, thousands of memories, and they create so many things, pleasant memories. It's clear? Now, in the second stanza, the poet says that when rain starts, that time we think of our past memories like a threads into hoof. It's clear? Now this is the third stanza of the poem. Dear friends, listen carefully. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to record the darling dreamers before she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. These are meanings of difficult words. Old poetic word for before. Okay, that is old poetic word for before. Dawn, daybreak, we know this. List, old poetic word for listen. Okay, list, listen. Refrain, a repeated part of a song or poem. Hear the sound of the rain. And this part, the sound of the rain, we have heard many times in this poem. Okay, so that is refrain. Now listen carefully. That time the poet remembers his mother. It's clear? As he has said earlier, during rainy season, during rainy, that time be remember of our past memories. That is so pleasant. Okay, and that time in his memory, who comes? His mother comes. That time he sees his mother. Now see this image. Okay, he says in his memory, his mother comes as he used years ago. Now he says how his mother used to live with him, how she used to live with him, how she used to care him, how she used to love him. He remembers all those things years ago. Okay, ago here refers past years, earlier. Now this time the poet might be young, might be aged person, and he remembers memories of his childhood related with his loving mother, as behave to regard the darling dreamers. Okay, how that when we are child, that time what mothers do? They stay with us. They stay with us. They love us too much. Okay, before she left them till the dawn. Okay, from night to daybreak, mothers stay with us, sleep with us. Okay, they don't leave us alone. The same things he was thinking regarding with his mother, how she used to care him. Oh, I feel her fond look on me. Now he says, now this time he can see how his mother is looking at him. He just memorizes, he just imagines, and he finds in his imagination that his mother is standing, she is sitting beside him, and she is looking at him. That moment which she used to do earlier, the same feeling, the same moment, the same scene he imagines, and in his imagination he finds his mother with him. It's clear? As I list that refers listen. As I listen to this refrain which is played upon the singles. What refrain? The sound of the rain. The poet says when he listen the pattering sound of raindrops on the roof, he imagines that his mother is beside him. It's clear? Dear friends, this is a very simple poem. Okay, and the poet, whatever he experienced during a rainy day, during a rainy time, he just wrote here, composed here. Okay, and in his memories, he finds his loving mother. It's clear? Dear friends, I hope now you can understand the poem easily, and after explanation of the poem, we have literary devices in the poem Rain on the Roof. The first is a rhyme scheme of the poem, that is A B C B D E F E. Okay, stanza first, alliteration. So what is alliteration in the poem? That is the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more consecutive words. As for example, humid hour. Now see H. A sound is repeating. Now see H is here, humid hour. Okay. Now continuously these words. Humid hour. H and H. When we see such type of words and phrases, and we find the repetition of a consonant sound, that is alliteration. It's clear? Now see here, starry spheres, S here and S here, starry spheres. Okay, yes, a sound yes so it is repeated. Okay, that's why this is also alliteration. Now here press pillow, P sound is repeating here, and lie listening here, L and L. It's clear? And now second one is anotopia, that is the use of sound words to create a dramatic effect and auditory imagery. Okay, here we use words to create a sound. As for example, patter is the use of sound word. Okay, it is the sound made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop. It's clear? Now third one is personification, treating uh, okay, treating non-living things as a living being. It's clear, that is personification. Here darkness has been personified when he says that it is sad, and we people know living beings, as for example we people, when we become sad. But here darkness, okay, darkness that has been personified, and because the poet says that is melancholy in the first stanza. Okay, it is sad. And then transferred epithet, the use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. It's clear? As melancholy darkness, the darkness is not melancholy but it refers to the sad people. It's clear? So this is transferred epithet, the use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. It's clear? Melancholy darkness that refers human being. It's clear? Sad people. And in the poem that refers when the cloud covers the sky, there is darkness. It's clear? These literary devices has been used in the first stanza. Okay. Now literary devices in the second stanza, you will find the same alliteration. And what is alliteration? You know now very well, the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more consecutive words. It's clear? You will find busy being, okay, and their threat, rain, roof, RR, and again you will find anotopia, the use of sound words to create a dramatic effect and auditory imagery. Okay, tinkle patter, sound made by the raindrops, and personification, treating a non-living things as a living being. Recollection is personified when he says that they weave dreams. Okay, recollections says weave dreams. Transport epithet, the use of an adjective, the same as I have mentioned in the first stanza. Examples, dreamy fancies. It does not mean that the fancies are dreamy, but refers to the people who dreams. Okay, it's clear? The same you will find in the third stanza also. Now you can understand these things easily. It's clear? Students, now after literary devices, we have a brief summary of this poem. Listen carefully. The poem Rain on the Roof talks about the poet's varied reactions to the sound of raindrops falling on the roof of his house. He says that the raindrops at night are like tears shed by the sad, dark night. He loves to lie in bed and hear rain falling on the roof of his room because it gets back sweet memories of the past. He says that the sound of raindrops helps him fall asleep and gives him sweet dreams. He has memories of his loving mother who would put them to sleep. It's clear? This is a brief summary of the poem. This is exercise for you. After dealing with poem, you have to write the answers of these questions in your notebook. It's clear? Dear friends, I hope this audio lesson will help you. If any doubt, you can ask. At last, thank you everyone.